Hey guys, due to some requests, I've decided to make a video tutorial on how I played Overwhelmed by Tim McMorris. My first video tutorial, so there you go. Hope it helps. Okay, so throughout the first verse, the chord progression is going to be G to E minor, back to G to E minor, C, back to G, and C, back to G. That sequence is pretty much continued throughout the entire duration of the verses. So let's talk about the finger positioning for the chords. For your G, you're going to have your pinky on the first string 3rd fret, ring finger 2nd string 3rd fret, middle finger 6th string 3rd fret, and your index finger 5th string 2nd fret. This is your G chord. For your E minor chord, you're going to have your middle finger 5th string 2nd fret and your ring finger 4th string 2nd fret. And finally, for your G chord, you're going to have your index finger 2nd string 1st fret, middle finger 3rd string 2nd fret, and for your ring finger 5th string 3rd fret. And that's your C chord. And these three chords are the only chords you're going to need to know in order to play the verse. Okay, for the second part, let's talk about the plucking pattern for the verse. To play this, you're only going to need these three fingers. Your thumb is going to be doing the downward strokes. Your middle and index finger is going to be doing the upward strokes. Okay, for the majority of the verse, you'll be playing your thumb on the 6th string, and your index and middle finger simultaneously will be playing the 3rd and the 4th string. The only time that changes is when you're playing the C chord, and your thumb will be playing the 5th string, and your index and middle finger will be playing the 2nd and the 3rd string. Aside from that C chord, everything else, the G chord and the E minor chord, will be played on the 6th string with your thumb, and your middle index finger will be playing the 3rd and the 4th. Okay, and as far as the strumming pattern is concerned, or plucking in this case, it will be pretty much down, up, down, up, down, up, down. Your thumb will be playing the down action, and your middle and index finger simultaneously will be playing the up. Okay, so if you want to just practice this, if you're not used to this style of playing, what I normally like to do is I will mute the strings with my left hand and just practice the motion of down, up, down, up, down, up, down, up. You start off slow. Once you start getting more familiar with it, you pick up the speed a little bit. The key here is to keep your hand as relaxed as possible. And if you notice, what I like to do is I like to post my pinky on the guitar or somewhere on the string that's not being played at the moment, just so I can have a little bit more stability. Some guys can just play without basing out. I prefer to bass out because I feel more comfortable that way. So you can just practice a little bit on your own and see whatever is more comfortable for you when you're playing. Okay, so now let's talk about this chorus. The chorus chord progression is going to be your E minor to C to G to E minor to C to G to E minor to C to G to E minor, C, then D, and finish off with G. So pretty much, if you notice, pretty much it's going from E minor to C to G for 4 times around, and then after the 4th time you're going to add in your D chord. Now to the fingering for the D chord, your index finger is going to be on the 3rd string of the 2nd fret, middle finger is on the 1st string of the 2nd fret, and the ring finger is on the 2nd string of the 3rd fret. And that's the D chord. As far as the measure for it, you're going to be playing your E minor for half for half a measure. Your C is going to be played for half a measure, and your G is going to be played for a full measure. So basically, you're just holding it out for a little bit longer. For example, this is going to sound like this. Okay, so if you notice, the G is held out for a little bit longer. When you play that, add in that D chord at the end, that's going to be a half measure, and then go back to the G, that's going to be a half measure. Okay, and real quick with the strumming, there's a little bit of a change for the strumming. For the verse, you're only using your thumb for the downward stroke, and your middle finger and index finger for the upward stroke. For the chorus, nothing changes with the thumb. The only thing that changes is instead of only using your middle and index finger, you're going to add your ring finger in it too. And instead of alternating between the second and third string and the third and fourth string, you'll be plucking the first, second, and third string simultaneously throughout the entire chorus. So basically, if you notice, once again, the only time you plucking the fifth string for the chorus is going to be when you're on your C chord and when you get to your D chord for that final time around. So once again, real quick, these three fingers coming upwards, so middle finger coming down, I'm sorry, your thumb is down, here's your C on the fifth string, and back to the sixth string on G. C, back to the sixth string. C, this is the last time around. Fifth string on the C, and keep it on the fifth string for the D, and then come back up to the sixth string for the G. And there you have it.